Hello everyone, am I audible? Can you confirm?
Yes, you're audible.
Are you able to see my screen presentation?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. We'll start in a couple of minutes. We'll start. Hello everyone. I would like to welcome you all and thank you for joining the session on the weekend. I really appreciate it. This session is an overview of the course which I'm going to start from 1st May, that is next Sunday, based on SAP Robotics, that is iRPA, Intelligent Robotic Process Automation, and SAP BTP Business Technology Platform, which is a prominent cloud platform of SAP. So it's a combination of two units, but majorly focusing on SAP RPA. So in today's session, we have a mixed audience. Some participants are from non-SAP background and some are already working in SAP. So I'll just quickly brief about SAP. Let me also introduce myself first. I'm Prasad Dikshit. I have two ventures into industrial automation and ERP processes. I am passionate educator and consultant having overall 18 years of experience. Okay, so that's about me. So today's agenda is first to understand SAP's current position in global market. Second, what is the role of intelligent enterprise in digital transformation journey of any scale of enterprises, we can say. Third, what exactly hyper automation is and how you can become part of these future technologies. Then we'll also look at SAP's products, maybe with small demonstration, and we'll also check overall RPA market scenario. Last but not the least, we will talk about the course which I'm going to start in the next week. And additionally, if time permits, I'll also try to present you some business cases, surveys, and white papers. Okay, so let's start discussing about SAP's current position in the market. So what is SAP? So those who are working in SAP, they already know about SAP. So SAP is a company started in 1972 in Germany. SAP is the market leader in ERP software, or you can say enterprise softwares, and helps company of all sizes in business operation and customer relations. So if we consider the market position or market value of SAP, so you can say that market, no doubt, SAP is the market leader in enterprise software. Almost it covers all major sectors. So it can be pharma sector, manufacturing sector, automobile sector, agriculture sector, aviation industry, life sciences, utility industry, so many industries, oil and pharma, you can find SAP products everywhere in all sectors. Almost 77 up to 80, you can say world transaction revenue touches SAP system. So you can say, whatever invoices you get, out of 10 invoices, 8 invoices are somewhere, related to SAP. It supports artificial intelligence and machine learning with robotic capabilities. Overall, if you see right now, current count, it is more than 4 lakhs of customer across the globe. SAP has its own intelligence suite on fully digital platform for integrated applications. Right now, SAP has approximately 230 million plus cloud users and largest cloud portfolio of any provider. I don't know how many of you have seen recent quarter result, quarter one 2022 results. So almost SAP has got booming results, growth in cloud related market, approximately 20 to 30% growth they have achieved recently. So I'll also show that result to you. SAP in the market has acquired so many companies recently, and through that and with their own portfolio, they are offering 100 plus products in the market for all scale of industries. That can be, high scale industries till mid market industries to small industries. As you all know that those who are already working in SAP, they already know HANA was their revolutionary product. It has been running successfully, and it's in-memory computing process to process vast amount of data. And approximately SAP has 1 lakh plus employees and operation across 180 countries, overall 180 countries. So it's a, you can say it's an ocean. So many products are there for, different applications, different sectors, and you can say that, offering various enterprise related applications, which, cloud-based applications also and on-premise applications also. So let's talk about intelligent enterprise and, hyper automation and how it is addressing high value tasks. So I should term intelligent enterprise something like modern enterprise, which is taking help of it is not just digitally transforming, maybe from on-premise system to cloud system, but they are also adopting new and recent, mature technologies, intelligent technologies. You can say such technologies are IoT, then you can say robotic process automation, then the augmented reality, virtual reality, then you have chatbots, then artificial intelligence, machine learning processes. So many technologies are there, and you always notice this. Now and then you have all modern devices. You always have these technologies in your hand, and as you can see that they are so mature, they are so progressive technologies that now every enterprise somewhere they have to use these technologies. So it's not just, just digital transformation, but as well as somewhere they have to adopt all these intelligent tools, intelligent practices. So, as you can see over here, it's not that something automation is new for any industry. It was there already. But as you can see that, as this graph suggests, high value tasks are, more can be handled using intelligent enterprises. Repetitive tasks, you can say earlier repetitive tasks were more, but now they have reduced because of, again, intelligent enterprises. Intelligent enterprise, as I mentioned, I always refer it as modern enterprise, because, those enterprises, those who are adopting these technologies have intelligent platforms, intelligent tools, they get such kind of outcome. Then automation, as you can see earlier, it was less, but now it has increased. Recent years, you can see any enterprise, you see mid-scale enterprise or large-scale enterprise, somewhere they have a need of automation in their processes, automation in their daily work. So why these everything, all these technologies are important? Why there is now need of automation or all these intelligent tools? We'll discuss that. We'll discuss about challenge, and then we'll discuss about why these technologies are important. First, any company has to sustain in the market. It is you can say ever changing volatile market. So that's the first challenge I would say. There are as such many challenges, but this is one crucial challenge, that market is ever changing. So as you can see, we have been through last 2 years. We have been through COVID period. Then now there is war situation in the world. Ukraine Russia war is going on. There are so many micro governing factors affecting, government policies are affecting. So it's kind of volatile market, it's ever changing market, and that's the big challenge for any enterprise. It's not just big enterprise, but to mid market also. It is big challenge to sustain in the market, to be more resilient, and finally you should get profit also. So you have to be competitor, or you should also get competitive advantages. You should be ahead in the competition, and you have to go through this volatile market. Second, as per surveys, in big organizations, approximately they have between 80 to 120 types of different application to run their processes. So as you can see, every application, every process has its own infrastructure, all resources required. So that becomes somewhere that makes this IT infrastructure little complicated. Okay, so to run and integrate all this, to tightly bind these applications together to run all the processes, that's become a second challenge, or a big challenge I should say. Okay, so that here what is happening is there is lack of data synchronization, and that also leads to third challenge, which is data to value. That means there is a repetition of data, wastage of data, data loss. Then you engage your resources in transforming data transformation. So you can say that that is creating data to value, and sometimes what is happening, data is become more than asset, it is becoming an liability. So that's the big challenge that now any industry is going. It's not just by complicated IT infrastructure, and because of that, I should say these problems are getting created, data to value. Then data to time also, because nowadays, as I mentioned, it is cutthroat competition. You have to sustain in the market, and you have to adopt these new technologies. But these technology in such a way you have to adapt that it should be implemented quickly. It should not take a long time in implementation. So it has to be proven technology. It can be implemented easily, and it can be acquired very fast. These all challenges are already there that any scale of industry is going through. But how can we handle these challenges? Yes, we require some definite solution, some mechanism to handle these challenges. There can be, for an example, considering data loss, or silo processes, yeah, between the departments. You can say if there is one a marketing campaign, maybe in the next month, marketing department is organizing that campaign, and it is collecting data from their customer, and they are not aware that that company is already having that data, but it is somewhere in the other application, and which is there with some other department. So somewhere what they are doing is they are again collecting that data from the customer, so the effort are getting wasted. That there is the data repetition, then you have to enter that data again into system, so there will be duplications also of data. So such kind of disconnection between departments are there, because of as I said, IT, complicated IT infrastructure process. So somewhere there has to be mechanism, synchronization mechanism. Somewhere there has to be some automated process which should be in the place to achieve this data orchestration. For that, somewhere you will require some skilled resources, right, to have and to set up these kind of mechanism. But again, there is one more challenge for this in this particular, you can say, challenge, that there are lack of resources you get in the market, skilled resources I am saying. So it's not something like you will not get resources in the market. If you put job post, you will get so many resumes, but I'm talking about skilled resources who will really solve your problem, who will really understand your problem, who will really know your pain areas, and accordingly they can offer a solution to the customers. And as I mentioned, there are so many challenges already enterprises are going through. And one more of these challenges, they are scarcity of the right resources or skilled resources. Okay, so 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 to be sustainable or to resilient in the market and finally to get the right profit, you have to go through all challenges, but as well as you have to tackle these challenges. You have to place some system in such a way that it will synchronize your process entirely. So that is why you have to become an intelligent enterprise. You have to adopt these technologies which can solve your problem. So that includes robotic process automation, that includes smart workflows, IoT, you have chatbots, you have so many mechanisms which can be synchronized together using cloud systems. So it is not just digital transformation from on-premise to cloud, but it has to be intelligent transformation. Okay, so now as you know that there are challenges at one hand, on the other hand, you don't have right resources to handle these challenges, then who will solve the enterprise problems? Who will handle these problems? So I have already made some categories, created some categories. So those who are already working, let's start from SAP functional consultant, solution architect. Those who are already working in SAP, as a functional consultant, they already have a knowledge of their domain. They already know the processes. They already know what pain areas of customer pain areas. They already know there are processes which are getting affected because of uh, wrong tools in the place. So they very well know the business of any customer. So what SAP is trying to do is SAP is giving the solution to these functional consultants who can create the system at client place. That means you can develop the projects, you can develop the applications, you can have various POCs which you can demonstrate to your customer, you can implement those processes to handle these challenges, to achieve this data synchronization. And such developers or such consultants will be called as citizen developers. So as you can see, anybody can become citizen developer. How? Because SAP is developing tools in such a way that there will not be require any coding skills, any coding background, any software skills. Using some configuration, using some tools, easy to configure processes, plug and play processes, you will be able to achieve, you will be able to create various application, various tools in SAP, in SAP ecosystem. And that would somewhere will be that would somewhere tackle your challenges. You will be able to connect various non-SAP to SAP processes, cloud to on-premise systems using these tools. These are all cloud based tools. As you know, the cloud has scalability. Cloud, it can be extended. So even if you are a functional consultant working in SAP, maybe in let's take an example. If you are FI consultant, where the how many processes are there currently, in manual processes are there currently in the at the customer place. So how you can give the solution, but you do not have programming background, you do not have software development background, but you can use these LCNC tools, low code and no code tools, to develop the application, to fill up these gaps, so that finally the data flow will be smooth. There will be tight binding between various applications. So that is why these terms are coined, like citizen developer, or you can say business developer or business analyst, to solve global scale resource crunch and helping companies for data to value to build applications and softwares. Let's say if you are a SAP technical consultant, so for them also it is very much useful, because they don't have to start from scratch. Okay, they already have these tools in place, so they don't have to reinvent everything. They can start immediately their projects, they can quickly implement these projects. And as I said, because of LCNC, these proven technologies, it will not take time to implement these projects. It will not take months and years to implement and to go live. They are so quick, they are easy, it can be easily adopted in, or it can be enhanced easily in the existing system. So you don't have to start from the scratch. You can build a system which is there. You can achieve extreme customization, and that technical skills you can use it there. So for technical consultant also, it is very useful to use these tools. And of course, they are cloud-based tools. They are all cloud-based services. Being cloud-based services, you can connect various services together. So if if you are from ABAP background, if you are from, let's say, Fury, or you're already into those technologies, or even if you are non-SAP development background, could be from Java or some other skills, still you will be able to develop these applications. So as I mentioned, that as such you do not require it, but wherever there is extreme customization, you can achieve it using your technical skills. The fourth category is non-SAP professionals, beginners or freshers. Okay, so some people, they are not already working in SAP, but they are somewhere, they might be already end users of SAP, or they know some programming languages, they have used softwares. For them also, it's a good chance or good opportunity to get into SAP. Although it will take some time to switch over to SAP, but there is a good way to go, because over here as such you will need only business process knowledges, and after that, using, even without coding skill, you will be able to achieve, or you will be able to implement various applications in SAP ecosystem. So as you can see, that every consultant, whether it is SAP functional consultant, technical consultant, solution architects, or non-SAP professionals, they all have the opportunity in these modern technologies or intelligent tools. For especially for non-SAP or beginners, I have in my course I have some extension also that I'll be explaining later. But as I have mentioned, that citizen development is going to be key process in future. Okay, so every company will need citizen developer. And I'm not saying this is a survey conducted by all large companies. After going through, after understanding customers problem, and the customer problems which I have already mentioned, these enterprises are going through so many challenges: data orchestration, data to value problem, complicated IT infrastructure they have, then ever changing market, volatile market, then you don't get skilled resources to handle your problems. So who will handle your problem? Existing resources, those who are already skilled. They may not be having programming background, but they know the functional processes, they know they have domain background, they know how business runs, and as well as they know what is the problem, what are the problems that the customer has. Okay, so they can become, as virtually you can say, you become from a techno functional consultant, or you can say similar term would be citizen developer or business development. So companies, I have taken all these screenshots from various websites. So almost you can see Accenture, IBM, TCS. You can consider any companies. Every companies has now separate practices in these technologies, all these modern technologies. Every company will have this practice. In last year end, before ending the year, Wipro has launched 6 bots in robots in SAP system, and they are planning to launch dozens of bots for their customers in SAP in next couple of months probably. Then entity data, then some more companies, they have already launched their bots, ready-made bots, you can say out of box solutions, which SAP is offering. They have added their bots in their store, SAP store. So every company has this practice now, separate practice which works on robotic process automation, various intelligent tools, intelligent automation services. You can say artificial intelligence, machine learning, all these capabilities. You can also visit their websites. You will see all these technologies are already they are already working with these technologies. Okay, so we are also going to learn one more unit in this particular course, and that is business technology platform, which is prominent platform. Earlier, the name was cloud platform (CP), and now it has changed to business technology platform and technology, where this you can say platform as a service, where SAP is offering so many services, approximately 90 plus services SAP is offering, and it is divided into four pillars, you can say: data pillar, then analytics, application, database and data management, analytics, then application development, integration, and intelligent technologies. So as you can see, it is already mentioned that these are some four pillars. This complete business technology platform as a cloud product of SAP is divided into four pillars. And what we are going to learn under the intelligent technologies, we are going to learn SAP intelligent robotic process automation, SAP IRPA. Okay, IRPA is the SAP product name. Recently, SAP has also launched process automation. I'm going to talk about it after this. So, we are going to learn BTP basics, where you can set up the BTP process, the architecture will come to know. And I know if you are from, maybe if you have basis background, then you will also able to know some part or on overview we will have about how you can set up the cloud administration using business technology platform. But it's not just for basis, any other person, even functional guy can also learn these this particular platform. So there are so many services are already available integrated in this platform. And as you can see, you can say it's a smart platform which can connect non-SAP to SAP system, cloud to on-premise to cloud systems. As you can see, there are so many services, as I have mentioned, a total 90 plus services offering. That includes analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, DevOps tools, then data storage. You can also develop mobile application. Last year only SAP has acquired AppGyver, one more company, which is again LCNC based. They are offering LCNC based tools. That means you can also develop application, mobile apps in SAP without any coding skill, with less coding skill, you can say. Then workflow, then you have various monitoring processes, IoT, blockchain. So many services are already there on business technology one, and they keep on upgrading always. And through that, they are also offering SAP our IRPA service as a service. So we are going to learn end-to-end SAP process automation, where you can automate various business processes. So it can be HR related processes, it can be finance related processes, it can be any domain related processes. So irrespective of your domain, you will be able to automate the processes. And irrespective of sector also, it is completely sector independent. In fact, it is applicable in all the sectors, because every sector will have some manual work in all the departments and for all the people. So somewhere, that is also creating one more problem, that is employee satisfaction problem, dissatisfaction, you can say. So you are not really using the skill of that particular employee. You are not getting real value from that particular employee, and you are engaging that particular employee in that repetitive process daily. For example, if that person is working in finance department, and daily he has to check all the receivable payables, and he has to download it from email, and then one by one he has to take all data into SAP system. So that is time taking task, and it's not adding the value. Of course, we have that person has to do that job because it's a part of his work, but it's not really adding any value to him also and to that organization also. So somewhere you can engage that employee in some value added task, and you can hand over all these repetitive, sometimes low priority tasks, or you can say that repetitive monotonous tasks to robots. So robots will be working with you. It is not something, there is myth like, are they going to take your jobs, snatch your jobs? It's not like that. They are going to work with you. They are as an assistant, as a helper. Okay, so just to reduce your work, and then you can be engaged into some more productive tasks. So that also increases somewhere employee satisfaction. And I think there is one SAP Qualtrics tool, I don't recall exact name, but they have this analysis that because of this repetitive process, because of this data synchronization problem, many employees are not satisfied. So somewhere you are, indirectly it is impacting to employees. So that problem also somewhere you are solving using these hyper automation, or you can say automated. And this is what the result which I was talking, cloud result they have got. This is for BTP platform. They have got this result last quarter only. And as you can see that their revenue almost 33%, they have got gross profit in cloud technology. They are number one leader now. They have so many 230 million plus cloud users now, SAP. And as you can see that SA almost you will find in big organization to mid-scale organization, everywhere you will find SP products, 100 plus products, as you can see, not just ERP, but various products that they have. And somewhere you can automate their process. And since SAP ERP is also one of the SAP products only. Okay, so already SAP is offering out-of-box solutions for the process optimization, and somewhere that is also reducing operational costs, because somewhere you have to run these operation repetitive tasks, monotonous tasks, and somewhere you're consuming your operational work. Expenditure is also there, and then you have to engage that particular person. Waste of time, waste of value, data wastage, repetition, and of course data synchronization. That's big challenge that you're going through. So SAP is offering out of box solution. And recently SAP has launched one more product, that is SAP process automation, or you can say tool, which is based on SAP iRPA and SAP workflow. Okay, since they are now understanding the demand of these automation in the market, so they have also separately launched this SAP process automation tool, which is actually available on free tier basis right now. It is not available everywhere in the around the world, but at some places, but you will be able to use it, and it is completely based on LCMs. So now you can see that all big organizations, those who are providers, they are completely working on LCMs. Why? Because of these challenges, that they will not get good resources, skilled resources in the market. So why not to train the existing resources which you already have, and they already know the processes, they already know the domain, and they know the pain areas of customer. Then why not to train them? But the only problem is they don't have, since they don't have program background. So it was not sure that they could offer the solution or not. That is why they have introduced all these LCMs, no code tools, where you can actually work on it. You can configure it. What you need is you need to understand those tools properly. Okay, and after that you will be able to implement various robots in SAP system, so that you can automate various processes. And not just that, you can connect to various other processes also, other services also which are there on BTP platform. And you can also connect to various non-SAP products also through automation. So finally what they want is, finally the target is, you can say final goal is to achieve hyper automation. That means end-to-end automation, no manual intervention is required. The tools are part of, all these tools are part of hyper automation process to improve business process management. So change management, you can say, business process management. So again there was one more tool which SAP has again acquired, one more company, SAP Signavio. So Signavio, many people might be knowing, those who are already in functional background, so might be knowing Signavio tool, which is again low code no code tool, and which can tell you the bottlenecks in your process, the problems in your processes. For example, recent case in COVID period, many pharma companies had problem in supply chain, procurement processes. They did not have proper processes in place, and there was so much high demand in the market that they couldn't suffice the requirement. So they had been through a lot of problems, particularly from procurement side, supply chain side. So if you have right tools in place, they which can tell you the bottlenecks, the problems, then you will be able to solve problem at right time, before time, in fact I should say. So like tools like say SAP Signavio, which is very closely related or connected with RPA, okay, can tell you the bottlenecks, and RPA will solve those problems. Robotic process automation will automate those processes, and finally you can also see the improvement. Okay, so total operational cost becomes less. The total manpower, you're reducing, cutting down the manual efforts, I should say, not manpower, manual efforts you are cutting down. And data repetition, there will not be any not just data repetition, but there will be less errors in while data transforming. Okay, so finally, somewhere hyper automation is end-to-end hyper automating the process without any manual work. So it is for everywhere. That means any line of businesses. It can be for HR processes, it can be for finance department, it can be any other departments, and for everything. It's not just within the departments, or also for all the processes. It's not just finance process for one or two processes, but wherever there is manual work, wherever there are problems, you can automate those processes. And for everyone, of course, those who are working in those departments, it will be helpful for them as an assistant, as an helper. It will be always helpful for them. So for any line of businesses, it's for everywhere, everything and everyone. That is what somewhere you can call it as hyper automation. One-to-one process you can achieve automation. So our RP is the RPA plays major role, vital product you can say of hyper automation, which you can also build. Not the skillful person, but you can also build. Anyone can build. So you can surely look at SAP process automation, which SAP has recently launched, as they have also mentioned over here, with visual drag and drop tools and pre-built industry specific content. That means there are so many bots available in the pre-built bots available, pre-built content available. You can simply, out of box contents, you can simplify business processes automation and improve process efficiency and enhance business agility. So this is the SAP process automation is AI powered. It's AI powered, and no code solution, as you can see, for workflow management and RPA, based on our workflow management and RPA. Okay, so we'll also see a small demo. Let me know if the video is visible to you. Anyone can.
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah, it's visible. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so over here, I'm going to show you basic demonstration. It's SAP iRPA based demos, some basic demonstrations you can say, where purchase requisition can be department by created by any department person, and that person can just open up screen and can start interacting with chatbot and can check the material which that person might require. So as I mentioned, it's not just like you're creating bot. You can schedule the bots, and the bots is a person can take leave, can go on holidays, but bot will not do that. Bot, you can also schedule bot on Saturday, Sundays, weekends. You can schedule in the night as per your requirement. Month end, many especially finance department, they have month end activities, year end activities. That time you can schedule various bot daily activities for day. You can schedule the bots, and as I mentioned, every department can use these bots for their work. So over here, I'm sending the data from chatting, and now it will call to automatically. It will call to SAP processes. So I'll just take a little bit forward. This video is a little bit long video, so I'll just take it forward a little bit. Okay, so that is opening up your SAP system, and automatically it is going to, whatever data you will be sending, that will be automatically created without any manual intervention. Of course, some people say that there are already tools available which can upload the data, but it's not just uploading process. I mean, it's not just simple automation, but you can say AI powered automation, artificial intelligence based. So where you can connect to non-SAP process also, non-cloud related processes also. You can read emails also. You can scan PDFs also. You can understand the data of PDF also. So as you can see that this PR has been generated, and it is also returning the result that purchase requisition has been created to that particular person who is raising this particular request. Then some other process also you can connect if you want to send something for approvals. Automatic approvals will be generated. Internally RPA, internally it is connecting to various processes. So it is showing all the quotations and I'm just selecting the right quotation. And after that, I can create purchase order. And for that, first I'll send it for approval. Okay. If the amount of that purchase order is high, so I can also create some business rules. And over here, the concerned department or concerned for team will get the notification email. They will get it. I'll just take it a little bit forward, and it is completely executed using RPA bots. Okay, as you can see that they have received one email over here for approval. They just have to approve the process. So this is cloud-based workflow management, but internally RPA is working. You just have to approve, and further processes will be created after that. Then if there is some in plant maintenance department, if they have problem in machine, they can now this is the Telegram application. So just like WhatsApp application, you all may be knowing Telegram application. So it can be also extended to various other third-party tools also. WhatsApp, through WhatsApp also you can connect. Through Facebook Messenger also you can connect. Through Telegram also you can connect. Through Alexa also you can connect. Speech to text, that part also is there. So it is that they have reached up to that level that automation is completely AI powered based, which is not the case with traditional automation tool. And this is completely no code, low code. So I haven't used a single line of code in developing these cases. No coding is involved. So I can set the priority. Okay, so if you want, if you want, you can also interrupt bot. You can fill up you can change some details, and you can send it for further. So as such, you are stopping the robot in between, and then further it will continue. Okay, if you want to change any process, and automatically it will create purchase requisition. I'm sorry, plant maintenance notification, maintenance request. It is generating, and it will be notified to Telegram, back to Telegram. Yeah, as you can see, notification is saved. Okay, so this is how you can, these are some basic demo, but you can also go for complicated demonstration, and you can involve various processes. You can connect various processes together without any coding. Okay, you have developed all these demos without single line of code, so you can also achieve this. So what you need is understanding also, what you need is the understanding of those tools, and that is important. And those are various tools which is offered by SAP. SAP iRPA is one of the main tool, which is taking which is key tool, you can say. So considering RPA, particularly RPA technology, there are so many advantages. They are accurate, the productivity rate is high, you can schedule it anytime, no problem. So it is not just like I have to schedule it on particular day. Anytime you can schedule it, and the night you can schedule it. You can run bots on Saturday, Sunday, weekends. You can schedule it. If you want, you can manually also start the bots. So so there are so many things involved. Then it reduces the burden on IT department. it is highly reliable, as bots can run over 24/7. Cost cutting technology. Sometimes with the cloud technology, upfront cost is required, fast implementation is involved, no coding is required, as I mentioned. Consistent and compliance. There are abide to rules, followed rules to provide audit free trials. So many advantages are already there with RPA. As such, RPA is now $1 billion industry, and many companies are already there in the RPA market, and they are offering their own solutions. But in our course, we are going to learn especially SAP related RPA tool, and that is iRPA. Okay, so next. So as you can see, RPA, there are so many RPA providers available in the market. And as you can see that SAP is major contender now, although they have introduced iRPA recently, but still they are now major contender. As you can see that in every organization now, some SAP products are always there. So some of the other products, not just ERP, but any other products also, cloud-based or products also already there in the enterprises, or any scale of enterprises, you can say. So SAP, you can say, major contender now. Many people have heard of UiPath automation anywhere. Some people are already working in Big Prism, nice, many technologies. Okay, so as you can see that there are so many providers already there in the market, and Microsoft, Google are already also there in the market. And SAP is, as I mentioned, that not just iRPA and other automation tools, but they have recently introduced this process automation also, which again they are aggressively promoting. Okay, so next, as you can see that total RPA market is $1 billion already. You can get all these data from the Google. This overall market, particularly considering North America region, its largest market. Then APAC region is fastest growing market. As you can see, that market growth rate is approximately by 2033 every year could be 36.3 with that rate. And as you can see, it's $1 billion industry already, and you can get all this data from, of course, on the internet also. Okay. And RPA can be applicable in all the sectors, not just one or two sectors, but every sector: banking, finance sector, agriculture sector, mining sector, manufacturing, consider any sector, retail sector, transportation, real estate, administrative, chemical industries, health, social care, utility industries, other services, service level industries. Everywhere it can be, automation can be applied in all the departments for all the processes. Okay, so as you can see that all sectors have some form of repetitive process, often common across all of them, such as invoicing or customer care. So knowledge economy sector, for example, finance or administrative, feature more prominently than for most technologies. So as you can see, by 2030, this manufacturing industry will see more and more automation. So some examples which SAP is out of box. SAP has some pre-built bots, I should say, to automate SAP related processes. So that involves for all line of businesses. SAP has already developed bots, and you can extend these bots, or you can also develop your bots, all customized bots. So in asset management or finance related transaction, you can have mass asset acquisition, supplier invoices you can create. You can automatically read supplier emails, then you can download emails, content, or you can say attachments. Then you can upload the data, read the PDF files, then you can connect to other services also. Then third-party tools also you can connect. Then list, again, for some more example, list GL account line items and upload GL entries. For HR department, you can smooth employee onboarding. You can have process or machine allocation. You can automate. It can be connected to success factor, or considering HR integrate for integration of resume scanner. I mean, many applications can be developed. These are some samples. For SDMM process, there are some samples as you can see on the screen. Production planning, basis, for basis people, you can have ticket creation. bot updation, automatic bot updation, so many processes you can create. Some miscellaneous bots also you can create. Okay, considering RI, especially SAP iRPA, there are so many advantages. The first and main advantage, I should say that it is tightly integrated with SAP system, SAP products. It is based on SAP BTP, the Business Technology Platform. So, you can say that some ready-made tools, some ready-made libraries are already part of iRPA. So that's the advantage, the major advantage I should say you get if you go with SAP iRPA. So you can connect to, they already have bots, SAP related to SuccessFactors, Ariba, then then your Concur, then you can connect to SAP UI5 screens easily. So many ready-made tools are available to connect to SAP UI5 screens, and you can automate even SAP UI5 screens also. Then you can also connect to on-premise system. It could be S4HANA on-premise, or you can also connect to S4HANA cloud system. Okay, so multiple processes or multiple products of SAP you can connect, and not just SAP, non-SAP product, of course, you can connect. But going with SAP, the main advantage is you have tight integration with SAP related products. Then that is why it is SAP compatibility. Then there are many pre-built bots available. Okay, so which is created by standard practices of SAP. As I mentioned, I have already listed down some bots which are built pre-built bots, you can say. But you can also, of course, once you learn the tools, you can also develop your own bots and you can automate various processes. Then there is strong roadmap considering SAP's, as such SAP practice, they already have set strong roadmap. And as I mentioned, looking at the demand, they have also launched separate product, SAP process automation, SAP IR based on SAP IRPA. Then some flexible pricing related advantages also you will get, cross licensing, less cross licensing problem. Then they some bot related functionality depends on that, some pricing is based on that, that is also advantage you get. So flexible pricing is there. Functionality wise, so many functionalities available, as I mentioned, that you can connect to various other SAP services also, not just SAP products but other SAP services also which are there on the BTP platform. You can take advantage of those services, cloud based services, AI ML related services. You can take advantages of those services. Okay, so considering RPA market, you have many opportunities, especially this SAP iRPA is part of SAP extension suite. Okay, so you can get into SAP extension suite developer, SAP iRPA developer. You can also independently practice citizen developer, which I have already mentioned. You can also search on the internet about citizen developer, or those who want more information, they can ping me. I can send more information about citizen development, no code, low code based tools, RPA developer, RPA solution architect, RPA business analyst, RPA. So many opportunities are there. Then as you can see that especially business and finance sector will see more growth, in particular considering RPA sector. Okay, every process has to will be automated in future. Okay, so as such, considering SAP, they have somewhere I have read about it that they are planning to automate 60% of their customers. That is what target they have set, that 60% of customer they want to automate by 2025. That's a large number actually, since already they have more than 4 lakhs customer. And existing, if you see existing scenario in the current market, approximately 6% of customers they have automated their processes, and they are adding more and more automation. In a 6% also, approximately 40 to 50% processes are automated. So you can see, you can imagine the scope that everybody has in this particular sector. So that is what SAP's target. So that is why they have developed, and not just SAP, many big companies have developed now LCNC based tools, which can be used by various developers, various domain expertise, and you can easily work on it plug and play basis. And one more advantage which you get is data to time, time to value, I should say, where you can quickly implement those projects based on proven. These are all based on proven technologies, so you can quickly implement them. So it will not take time to implement, months and year to implement the project. Quickly adopt this project, plug and play, just simplify their work and automate their work. So it is easy. It is that easy. Okay. So no coding skill is required. So about the course, finally, IRPA course I am starting from first May. That is from next Sunday. This my existing batches will end by tomorrow. After that, I'm starting new batches, which is from 1st May. Then it can be useful. It is useful for all the consultants, not just functional, technical, but even non-SAP consultant or professionals. You can contact me directly on my WhatsApp. This is my WhatsApp number. Also, you can call me if you have any queries. Then I have total 3 batches, weekend batches and weekdays batches. In weekday, I have 2 batches in the morning 8 to 9, in the evening 7 to 8. On the weekend, I have one more batches in the morning 8 to 10, Saturday, Sunday. Weekend batch will be on Saturday, Sunday, and weekdays batches will be on Monday to Friday. It's starting from 1st May, as I already mentioned. I will not say it's a course fee, but it's an investment for you. 15,000 is the course fee, where you will be learning major 2 modules, major 2 technologies of SAP, which you can say it's not just future of SAP, it's already there in the market. Many people have noticed that they somewhere their companies are going to BTP platform. Their customers have already purchased BTP platform. Some services they have already mentioned. Even I know I have experienced that participants who have joined my courses, after joining they started saying that in their companies they are implementing this particular bot, they are automating this process, or in this year they are planning to optimize the process, and that is why they are planning to go for robotic process automation. After joining the course, they have started telling me, so I've told them that I can, if you want, I can extend you help. If you want to implement processes, if you want to develop any processes, if you want to demonstrate, create POCs, then I'll help you out, especially for those who are not in SAP but they slowly gradually want to get into SAP in future. For them, I am off after the course. It's not for a non SAP professional, but it is also applicable for SAP professional. After the course, I have free hands-on sessions or hands-on program, where you can get more business cases experience. Although in during the course also we'll be working on live business cases, or you can say business cases. It will be live teaching. You can daily sessions will be recorded and will be shared to participants. Okay, and everything will be live demonstration of all SAP, multiple domain SAP related processes. And also I'll be also considering non-SAP processes also, where you can connect to non-SAP system also. So I'm extending that program. Anybody can participate. It's an optional program after the course, because you should learn what RPA first, and then only you can participate and work on those various business cases. In the course, I also have one system that if you are from finance department, or finance domain, or some other domain, and if you also think of any business processes which you have experienced, and you see that there is a need of automation, then that case also we can consider during the session. Okay, so that's it about the course and about the demo. Before ending, I'll also want to show you. This is the document that this is the survey that SAP has conducted. You can also download it from SAP's website, and as you can see that, I'll just zoom it a little bit. 38% of enterprise have labor-intensive and manual operations. This is related to industrial manufacturing. And as they have mentioned that top areas for automation by 2021-22 are customer and employee engagement functions. In chemical industry, 52% of enterprise have labor-intensive manual work. Top areas for automation are supply chain, customer support, and service functionalities. So you can also download these particular documents. There are many documents help available on SAP website, and you will find for different sectors they have already, especially procurement sector, procurement process, especially cash to lead, lead to cash, sorry, all those typical processes for every processes you can automate or you can implement automation. Then many business cases are also there, which you will find it. Many companies have already implemented bots. So as I mentioned that, this particular company, not this one, one European company, they used to take this for their finance process, one finance process, it was manual work earlier. It used to take 7 days to complete that particular process manually, but after implementing automation, they used to complete that process within 2 hours. So it is that fast. As you can see, the result is how it is saving the time. So earlier it used to take 7 days almost, and it was used to save hardly 2 hours. So that benefit you will get it. Okay, so there are so many business cases available already on SP website. So you can just go, of course, you can go and check. HP are also implemented this European company. I think this is the same company. I think it's actually into liquor industry. Then Singa Estate. So all these use cases also, business cases also, you will find it on SAP website. Okay, so that's it, guys, from my side. So you can just check about the course. If you're interested, you can just connect me one-to-one. If you have any doubts related to your domain, your background, that also I can definitely I'll help you out in that. The course is starting from next week, Sunday, and registration is already open. You can register by paying 1,000 rupees, and once the course is start or before starting the course, you can complete the pending amount. Okay, that's it from my side. Any questions, any doubts? There are some questions in chat box also. I'll consider one-to-one questions. If you have any, then maybe I'll answer chatbot related chat window questions.
Yeah, I have one question here.
Yes.
This is Srinivas.
Yeah.
I just want to know how iRPA works for private cloud and public cloud. Is it differs or it is same?
So it depends on now company to companies how if they are going. See, iRPA as such offered as a service. So if you are going for private cloud, or if you are even for going for public cloud, so sometimes what happens in public cloud, as you know, that the things will be shared between the resources will be shared as such. But even if it is a private cloud, the SAP already has different options. You can say that payment options or payment or different offerings they have. That includes subscription plan, that pay as you go plan. So it depends on that plan. The customer has to select the plan.
So you say that advice is better to go for public cloud, private cloud rather than public cloud.
I'm sorry, your question is not clear. I think there was disturbance in your voice.
Advice is for the private cloud, not to go for public cloud.
Oh, so I'm sorry, still your voice is not clear.
No, I'm saying again, the advice is for the private cloud, not for the public cloud, right?
Yeah, so in private cloud, you can definitely go for the processes will not changes. The quota will change for you. The resources will change for you. The service will remain same.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Hi, Prasad.
Yeah.
So basically for this IRP, SAP IRP, I mean, do we need to install any tool in our system, or how the I mean training session will be? Can you please just explain in brief basically how it will work?
Right. So all the tools are offered by SAP that I'll be teaching. Those are free to use tools, free trial basis tools. So you can freely use it. It is majorly why they are on free basis. Of course, there are some limitations, but you can develop various demonstration based on those services. So I'll be teaching all those tools during the sessions.
So do we need to get any kind of separate server for that, or?
See, if you are already working in SAP, Okay, and if you have right permission, you can also use your existing development or sandbox server if you want. Okay, so only practicals related, if we are considering practicals related to maybe on-premise system, if we want to connect. Okay, in that case, if you already have server, those sandbox or development, that those servers you can use. Or if you don't have, I personally don't provide, but I can give you some references. Or if you have your own references, you can take it from them. They hardly will charge you 500 rupees or something like that in a month.
So it will be applicable for, I mean, it will be applicable only for S/4HANA or ECC also?
S/4HANA, see, as such, in sessions, we will not be considering ECC, S/4HANA only.
Okay.
But you can correct ways. Once you know the process, you can correct the process.
Okay.
Prasad, I have few questions. The first point is like, may I know what is the difference between this Leonardo and RPA? Because I know that through Leonardo program now, SAP want to launch this robotic process by 2024. So
through Leonardo, considering Leonardo, it is more of AI powered base, artificial intelligence and machine learning, you can say. Considering RPA can take advantage of these services, AI and ML based services, to enhance its own power, you can say. For example, RPA, if RPA is required to read or scan PDF document, okay, in intelligent way. Okay, in that case, it can take advantage of those services which are based on Leonardo.
Can I consider this as like the complete SAP database and GUI, or going forward, Fiori apps will take care of the Leonardo, and the external, like as you shown as the demo, the external part of the robotics will take care by the RPA? Can I consider like that? Because I'm a bit doubt with these two tools, what individually they are going to do.
Yeah, I'll explain. When you consider about Fury, or these are more front end related technologies. I should say. Even I have mentioned in my this session also, I have mentioned one more tool, AppGyver. Okay, which is the that is a company acquired by SAP, where you can develop various applications, mobile apps based on iOS or Android. Okay, so these are all some front-end tools, GUIs, okay, which you can connect to RPA also. If you when you were seeing my demo, that time I have connected one chatbot with UFI front end. So all these services you can connect it using cloud-based or BTP, and that's the advantage you get it.
Yes, exactly. That is my point. As this RPA will do all these front-end activities, and because Leonardo was, they are advertising that it will completely automate the not the processes, they'll automate the project itself. For example, if you are implementing one, you are going for a big bang project of HANA, and if you have done one company code of greenfield implementation or brownfield implementation, the rest of the rollouts are in a process. For example, even if you want to do one finance process or MM process, complete automation, they can do it. The next time onwards, just they'll create a template and they put the templates and fill the templates and upload it, and the rest of the will take care. And the consultants just they need to monitor, and they need to do some custom changes according to that. Is this the main differences between the RAP and Leonardo, or still the both will do the same activities?
No, I should say there is a small difference. RPA is more of a repetitive task. Okay, which you daily do, same process it will execute. It will not have its own intelligence. Okay, so it will work on repetitive tasks. And if you consider Leonardo, which is based on AI and ML, even IoT operations are also based on Leonardo. Okay, so here what you have is you have more artificial intelligence, more machine learning. Okay, where it is more of a non-repetitive nature. Okay, for example, if I take an example of chatbot, person can ask any question to that chatbot, of course related to that topic only. But in different forms. Okay, many people can chat with that particular chatbot. So chatbot should understand their questions, right? So they cannot be repetitive questions. There can be different versions of those questions. So it has to be that intelligent, right?
I
So
understand, yeah.
there has to be such algorithms which are running under that. Okay, but RPA, even it is repetitive, it can take advantages of those AI/ML services. You got it?
Okay.
You can connect them together. So you can achieve artificial intelligence and ML in RPA itself.
Okay. My second question is doubt is many times in your presentation you mentioned that we can create tools. Does it means that the processes we can create it, or the process which we are going to build it that will create a tool, or for each process we need to separately we have a tools in a RPA?
No, see what I mentioned. You can create applications. Okay, you can create projects. For example, if HR onboarding process, let's consider HR onboarding process. Let's say, okay, so if there is new recruiting, then what you can do, right now HR person involves for induction program, and then there could be machine allocation to that particular new employee. So this process you can completely automate. That person can interact with chatbot. The chatbot can send further requests. RPA bot will collect the information of that new recruitee. It will store it into a SAP database. Then it can also generate one request that that person requires laptop or some machine allocation, which will be sent to the concerned department. When after approval, you will get that particular employee will be notified with proper information. So this process you don't have to involve any HR person. This complete process you can automate, and for that you can develop the application.
Yeah.
Got it, right?
Yeah, thanks, Prasad.
Yeah.
Hi, Prasad.
Yeah. Hi.
Okay, so I'm a SAP consultant, and while working on SAP, generally we need ABAP's help for the technical development or enhancement. So in this case, do a functional person need any technical help, or a functional person can do it on himself? I mean, on self training or self process, how it will work?
Right. So that is why this main term is citizen development. Okay. So why SAP is targeting citizen development? Because you will not get expert coders or expert ABAPers every time. Okay. You being functional consultant, you can develop process on your own without any coding skills. And whatever basic minimum coding skill is required. See, these tools are LCNC. That means low code and no code. It's not completely no code, it's low code. Low code means sometimes you might require some kind of programming, but that is that I'm anyway going to cover in the course, and that is more than sufficient. With that process also you will be able to develop it without any ABAP or coder help.
Okay.
And if anybody from technical background, if they know about APIs or application programming interface, you can also interact from RPA. You can connect to APIs also. Companies are offering, various companies open for free API or paid APIs. You can connect to APIs also.
Yeah. For S4 HANA, we are using it for integration with third-party tools.
Yes. SAP has its own website, API Business Hub, where you will get many APIs available for SAP products. You can use them in RPA.
Correct.
Hello.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Sir, currently I am working in a banking sector and I don't have any technical background.
Right.
But I want to switch this to SAP. So is this possible?
Yeah. So right now also in last, not this batch, the batch which I had conducted in January, one lady was there, and she was working as an end user. She was working in finance department, and they used to have a lot of this, account payable, receivable, all processes. So she
Huh.
joined my session. Actually, she joined my batch course, and now she is able to develop, or she is able to automate processes.
Oh,
She is not from SAP background.
Yes, continuing with the question, Prasad, as she asked. So, do we need any testing knowledge for non-SAP candidates on to work on this? Any testing is related to this, something like? Because
Uh,
I'm from non-SAP background, so I don't have much idea about that.
Okay, so testing, you mean application testing, whatever application you will be developing, testing of that, or what kind of a testing you're referring?
Like basic testing knowledge. I mean, it is related to automation and testing, right? So,
No, no, no.
anything, no related to testing,
No,
right?
no. Testing
Okay.
knowledge is not required. As such, being developer, you can also test, and if you have separate testing team, you can uh, give your bot to them for testing. Okay,
Okay,
whatever
thank you.
bot you will be developing, but as such, no, testing is not as such a prerequisite over here. So over here, what you need is, if you know the processes, business processes, that much is sufficient, especially for non-SAP, those who are in non-SAP, SAP professional, I should say. As I have mentioned that I am extending this course. After the course, you can join this, I don't call it as internship because it's free program, and it's like hands-on session. During the course, once you know how you can automate the process, then we can work on various other business cases after the course, because course has its own time limit. Okay, so you cannot handle all the cases, because every department will have cases. How many cases we can handle? We cannot do that. Okay, so after the course, you can also continue. You can work on, if you have any business processes which you feel that can be automated, we can also consider that. As such, no background is required, but only thing is, if you want to switch to SAP, little patience is required. It's not something like I'm saying that, after the course you can immediately will get a SAP job. It's not something like that. That is why I have extended this course, that at least you will start getting the experience. You don't have to leave your existing work, existing job. Side by side, you can develop this knowledge, and slowly you can gradually you can add it in your resume.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Prasad. Thank you.
Hi, Prasad.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, from next week the session, new batch will start. So in that batch, will that cover SAP BTP? Because I'm looking
Yes.
for specifically for SAP BTP.
Yes.
So are it only for RPA?
Are you from basis background?
No, I'm from HR background.
Okay. So I will be see, the course starts from SAP BTP only. Okay. So I'll be teaching basics of SAP BTP, where you can set up your SAP BTP. You can say you can from administrative point of view, you can set up BTP. Okay. So as such, you are learning BTP only.
Okay.
And on the BTP platform, there are total 95 services. So if you want to learn all those services, then it will take years of time. Okay. So here we are going to learn RPA service based on BTP, but I am giving detailed knowledge of BTP in the course.
Oh, okay. Specifically what I'm looking for is, maybe, for example, if a success factor, like how we can integrate with the BTP, along with maybe suppose maybe third-party applicants, maybe service desk, or maybe some Chronos.
Yes.
So this type, I would like to.
Sure. So from RPA we can connect success factor. Already SAP has given BTP a success factor related bots into SAP store, in SAP store actually. Okay, so we will be also learning that. And if you have success factor account, then I can help you out to develop bot in maybe in success factor. So it could be something like, if you want to scan resumes, And if there are already employees, maybe ex-employees has applied again to you, you can check in the SuccessFactors database. Okay, and you can scan resumes, and you can upload the data. Various business cases we can implement. BTP, see, SuccessFactors, as you know that it is SaaS based product of SAP. Okay, so software as a service. So you don't have to develop anything over there. You have to just configure over there, right? In SuccessFactors.
Correct.
And BTP is separate product. You can, using BTP services, you can connect to SuccessFactors. That means we'll be using RPA in our case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, hi Prasad.
Yeah.
After completing this course, I need to practice using these tools. So
Yes.
for that, I need some prerequisite things. Like I have to create one server. I have to install these tools. So like that, what is the prerequisite to
Okay,
use these tools?
sure. So tools as such available free of cost for 1 year. Okay, so you don't have to pay for that. They are available on trial basis. For if you want any case to be implemented, only related with some on-premise system, maybe S/4HANA or any other system, then you can take server. If you already have any server, then good, you can practice on that itself. We are not going to change any data into SAP as such, okay, or making any configuration changes. Okay, so that you can, if you have any, and if you have proper rights to use, then you can use it that, or otherwise you can take it from third party. It will hardly it will cost to you. S/4HANA right now, which I am using, which I have to pay 500 rupees per month.
Yeah, it is 1909 you are using.
1909.
Yes.
But that much is sufficient. Once you know the process, you can automate.
But I have not S/4HANA. I have only ECC EHP 8. Can it be possible?
Yes, 100%. It's possible.
Okay. And one more question is, you have explained the HR boarding process. Correct?
Yes, onboarding.
Yes. So I am not a HR person. I don't have any HR experience also, but I can create these tools. I am if somebody tells you have to make this is the design, you have to create using your tools. So I have to have this HR process so that I can create this thing. Without that HR knowledge, how I can go through?
See, what I explained is, if you are a functional consultant, let's say if you are already HR functional consultant, okay, you know the process, right? In your HR, what HR processes you have, and those processes you can automate. May I know your background, your professional
I'm
background?
basis. I'm from basis.
Basis consultant, right? So in basis related process, you can automate basis related process, right? And if any such case is there, let's say related to HR, you want to automate, for example, okay, that help you can take it from functional consultant, right? So if that person is, see, you cannot have knowledge of all the domains, right? It's not easy to get the knowledge of all the domains, right? But if you understand the process, you can automate any process of any domain. Okay, so I have automated a process of finance department also. So that doesn't mean that I should be proficient, or I am professional, finance professional. Okay, once I know the processes, once I understand, even from end user, I can get the process knowledge. It's not that always I have to get it from functional consultant. From end user already know their processes, right? Those processes only you have to automate. Right, so you can get that knowledge from any person. So it's not today you will get the knowledge of HR, but if tomorrow if you want to automate any production planning related process, then you will not start learning it, right? So that process just you have to understand, then you have to automate.
Okay.
And related to basis, we already have cases. We already have cases in SAP. For example, ticket raising, automated ticket raising. Okay, so for just example, where many employees forget their passwords. Okay, username, password. If you want to reset it, then they raise the request to basis people, administration people. Then that process you can automate. Okay, for considering you as your background, BTP you can set up. from administrative point of view. That also I'll be taking an overview of BTP administrative process.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Prasad,
Yeah.
does this the AI can modify SAP screens as per our configuration, or just it provides only the information?
No, can you repeat your
for
question?
example, yeah, I'll rephrase my question. For example, there is a master data or repetitive activity which I need to which end user need to be maintained after RAP the tools has been implemented. Thus, through if end user performs some steps, whatever he want, he can modify it. For example, master data changes or some table maintenance. Does he can maintain through RAP?
Yes, you can do that. For that, you have to develop that bot in your system.
Okay. Yeah. Through bot, it can change it. Okay.
Yes. Even you can stop the bot in between, and you can, if you want to make any changes, you can do it. And further, bot will continue. It's like that.
It can maintain a memory in a backend through AI, or only simply it follows our steps, whatever we maintain the tools here.
See, AI processes or AI services are totally different. Okay. RPA will connect to those processes. It will take advantage of those processes. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I
understand your point. Yeah.
So that is what advantage you get going with BTP. Okay. Business technology platform. Business technology platform has so many services, including AI ML based services. That includes Leonardo based services. Then IoT, as I mentioned, blockchain.
Yeah.
If you want to RPA, if you want to connect to blockchain, that also you will be able to do it if APIs are available. Right?
Okay, now I understand the complete.
Yeah. But
thanks
independently also RPA you can use it.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Yes. So any other questions from anyone? So there are some questions in the chat window. Can two different bots can be integrated for multiple process to club and run? Yes, they can be integrated. Okay. You can one after another. You can also run the bot parallelly. Also, you can run the bots. After this course, we have work as a solution architect or as a developer. It depends on you. If you want to work as a solution architect, you should also have the knowledge of other tools also which are there in the market. With that, you will be able to offer right solution to your customer. And if you want to work as a developer also, it is possible. So independent developer, independent consultant also you can work. Okay, how much duration medium size RPA project takes place? How many resources will be exist in RPA project? I'm Venkata Vamsi. I actually did not understand this question. How much duration a medium size RPA project? Are you there in the call?
Yeah, hi Prasad. This is Vamsi. So I want to understand, for an S4 HANA implementation project, we will have multiple modules and multiple developers and functional people will require, right? Similarly, for an RPA project, so generally how long it will take to make it live, and what are the different roles of the people, like functional, technical, test, how testing can be done. What are the different systems, we will have development system, quality, pre-prod, like that, how it will be here?
Yes.
So can you
project, I'll explain you. Good question. I'll a little bit explain about project structure, how it can be. So it will not take a lot of time. It is not, first of all, you have to understand, it is not something like into an implementation process. It is part of extension suite. That means you are extending the capacities of your existing processes which you are already implemented. Okay, so you are just extending, you are adding an automation in those processes. So as such, considering processes, it will not take time. Even in a weeks also you can implement, you can go live with this process. Okay. Again, it will depend on which process you are implementing. If you are joining multiple models together, and if that process is complicated, it involves a lot of involvement of people from different departments, then it might take some time. But it is, if it is a small process, you can even implement in week. Within a week also, there are cases people have implemented the processes. Then sometimes, as I have mentioned already, that if the process if you are automating for, let's say, plant maintenance and plus FI related process are involved related to that, then you can little bit take help of those functional guys and they can explain you, but their complete involvement is not required. Only the process you have to understand. And if you are already functional consultant, then you don't have to worry. If you are a finance consultant, or you are HR consultant, or plant maintenance consultant, then you already know the process. You already know the problem is where problem is, and those problems you can automate. Okay, so as such, from resource point of view, if it is big process, then your company can decide how many consultants you will require it to develop bot. Okay, but as I have mentioned, that these are plug and play tools, all proven tools, and easy to implement. You don't have to start from scratch of any development, so they are quick to implement. That is why they have also giving importance to time. They say time to value. So time is valuable, so you can implement the process quickly. And that is one more important aspect over here is, as you know, that companies are facing so many challenges, and if you are implementing this process, and if that implementation takes a lot of time, and meanwhile any new technology is upgraded and coming, then again you are behind in the competition. So
this is one more thing. Within SAP itself, every year, like we know, 1909 S/4HANA, 2020 came. So the front end and all will change, right? So in 1809 itself, we have like a front end Fiori and all came.
Yes.
So the people like who are using GUI now, they are changing to Fiori. So then
now you
productivity, how throughput can be brought to the project using that RPA project.
Okay, so even it is from developer point of view, even even in case of even technology, it is not immediately it changes, right? So even still ABAP is going on. Still you do ABAP programming. It's not something like immediately it will stop and SAP will stop support. Gradually it will happen. So even in case of RPA, there will be upgradations. Okay, some new things will come, but connected to RPA. So it is not something like right now also, even if you are going to UIFI development, you might need knowledge of JavaScript, but it is not something like your ABAP programming is best, because you can connect to OData also, right? With full stack development.
Yes, yeah,
right. So, and now since you talked about UIFI development, now SAP has brought app development also. So tomorrow you may have to turn to app development also, but it is not something like every day you have to change technology.
Yeah, I'm asking in terms of UI automation.
UI automation is already there in RP, pre-built automation. So SAP UIFI screens also you can automate.
Okay.
They already have given that provision already. Some default libraries are there in RPA.
And what about AI business services? I mean, will it be integrated with RPA?
Yes.
Okay. What can be achieved using that AI business services?
So as such, see, first you have to consider that RPA is something like completely independent. That you have to first keep in mind. It's not related to any process or any model. It's not related to that. It is the whole aim or sole aim of that particular tool is to automate any process. Okay, so it can be connected to it. You can use as a screen scraping, that means screen recording you can do. You can connect to APIs. You can also call BAPIs using RPA. So it is like integration of everything together. So it is independent of model or independent of any process as such. It depends on what process really you want to automate. It targets that.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
So what is the future requirement from job perspective? Is there any SAP certification for this? Not RPA certification, but there are, since it's a part of SAP extension suite, and there are multiple certification available in BTP also and in SAP extension suite also. So you can go for that. And once you learn BTP, you can also learn many SAP services. Okay, can do different. Okay, let me take a pending question. How much duration? What will be the basis part with this automation? So I have already explained there are many business cases also related to basis and BTP also learning in the course. So you will be also able to set SAP cloud platform. Okay, BTP platform. Okay, so you can be cloud administrator also in future. Can you share SAP help link for iRPA, CAI? So CAI chatbot, which is as such not part of core, but I'll taking overview of it. But iRPA I'll be considering end to end. So if you just search SAP iRPA, you will get help. I mean, help. You just go to help.sap.com and you can search for SAP iRPA. You will get so much material. SAP trial account available? Yes, it is available. I am SAP ABAP consultant in SAP EWM S4HANA, SAP ATM, how IRP can be applied and used to build bots in supply chain area. In SPC supply chain area is a very good area to implement various automation projects, because supply chains has a lot of process involved. And as I have just explained that case related to pharma industry, that they went through a lot of problems, from supply chain point of view during the COVID period. So that process you can automate, you can make it smooth, so that it can be it can be run faster, and you can say you can achieve data synchronization. So it is very good. There are so many actually, in fact, bots available or automation requirement is there related to supply chain. Okay, so it's very much useful. Extended warehouse management and in warehouse also it is very much useful. Various transfer order, and you can automate transfer orders. You can direct that if there is forklifter, that person you can guide where you can put away and take all this process you can explain. I mean, you can automate. Can you take one business process scenario, how it works for RPA? Above scenario is not day-to-day SAP consultant and to use this. We are considering some cases business scenarios during the course, and after the course also, as I have mentioned, that if you are functional consultant and if you have such real-time business cases, you can just tell me, then we can develop that also during the course also and after the course also. Section is getting disconnected. Okay, please refer my email ID. I am mechanical engineer working as production engineer in manufacturing plant. We are using SAP PP for basic entry, right? I want to shift my towards SAP IT field. Should I get? Yes, because see, SAP PP again. I am again mentioning that it is not related to module. What the aim, sole objective was this RPA is automate process in PP. Lot of processes are there which can be automated. And since you are already working as an end user, I believe so, you are working in SAP PP to make basic entries. So those entries you can automate. You don't have to worry about manual work. Okay, so slowly, as I mentioned, that I'll be helping you out to switch to SAP, but you will need some patience. And it's not something like after the course you are immediately joining to SAP. It won't be like that. But since you already know the production related process, production planning related process, you have been already using SAP system, then it would be easy for you to implement those or automate those processes. And once you automate those RPA processes, you can demonstrate in front of your team or in front of your customer also. Prasad, I could see IRP 01 SAP Intelligence Robotic Automation Certification. How? So is this different? It's not different actually. You might be referring to Open SAP course. I think so. I'm not sure. Wasn't okay, but it is same.
Yeah, Prasad, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. Is there any certification available for RPA? Because I could see like there is a material iRPA 01 in the SAP certification hub. So
At least I'm not aware. Maybe I'll check and get back to you on this.
Okay, all right. Yeah, thank you.
But it might be related to yeah, it's related. I just saw that it's related to RP only. Yes, it is related to RP only.
Okay.
Yes. What is the future requirement jobs? So many jobs are available. So it's like future product only, because SAP is aggressively focusing on automation. They want to automate their clients because even client want that. In fact, client want that. Client want to automate their processes. But the only thing is they don't know SAP only offering iRPA and RPA product. So once you can demonstrate those processes in front of customers, then customer will be aware of those processes. But many opportunity RPA market is very huge. It's a really huge market. Okay, I think I have considered all the questions. Okay, any other questions from anyone?
How process automation differs from desktop automation? Any example?
So are you referring to process automation tool?
Yeah, RPA tools versus RDA.
So as such, RPA is somewhere. Desktop automation is part of RPA also. Process automation. Because we can desktop processes also we can automate.
It is just
so you can say it's a subset.
Excel sheets and all.
So you can say it's a subset. It is already a part of RPA, process automation.
Okay.
So you can, as you said, you can automate Excel, you can automate Outlook. You can create PowerPoint slides also using RPA. Okay, weekdays classes will be completed within 2 months, I hope. So it is 1 month course actually. Weekdays classes Monday to Friday actually. Total approximately 30 hours course. Sometimes it extends, depends on daily progress of session. Okay, so weekdays I have 1 hour batch, 8 to 9, and sometimes what happens is maybe someday it would take 1.5 hours. Sometimes it may happen. But depending on daily session progress, approximately 30 hours. It's approximately.
Prasad,
yeah.
After this 1 hour batch, do we have to read something or do we have to practice on something?
Yeah, so what I do is every day I record the session, all the sessions, whatever I teach, I record. I share it to all the participants. Okay, so that you can go and practice it. I mean, go through it and practice. And if you have doubts, you can connect one-to-one. And of course, after the course also, you can connect. Even let's say if you're done with the course, after that also, if you have any business cases, if you are automating any process, that time also one-to-one we can connect.
Okay.
What is the duration of weekend classes? It is 2 hours. Saturday, Sunday, 2 hours. Weekend classes extend little bit further, more than 1 month, because weekdays batches run for 5 hours in a week, and weekend batches run for 4 hours. So those weekend batches little bit extended little bit further. Okay, so any other questions? Okay, so great guys. So I have already mentioned my number. It's my WhatsApp number also. You can contact me. The registrations are already open. You can pay 1,000 rupees and you can register for the course, and pending amount you can pay before starting the course, or if the course is started after 1 or 2 days, you can pay pending amount. Okay, so you can right now also you can register. I have all payment modes. Net banking also you can do. Then all UPIs and GPay. And if you are attending from out of India, then through PayPal also you can pay. So you can connect me on my WhatsApp if you have any queries. 9970186543 is my number, which is same as WhatsApp number is same. Okay, so you can connect me one-to-one. And as I mentioned, to register, you can just pay 1,000 rupees and you can start with the course. Okay, so I hope I have solved your questions, your queries. Thank you guys for attending this session. And let's connect now one-to-one. I'll see you. I hope I'll see you in the course.
Thank you, Prasad.
Thank you, everyone.
Prasad.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.